Hi, Tracy Knoppe here. Today I want to talk about the three B's of business. The first one is be unique, be prepared, and be ready and available. Now let me go back and talk about each of those three B's of business just for a minute. Be unique. Um, you need to know who you are. You need to be comfortable in your own skin. You need to know what you like, what you don't like. You need to have basically a sense of confidence in who you are as a unique individual. My friend Aileen Bennett has this mantra, and it says, be you. And we've probably all heard the phrase, seen the little cute graphics on Pinterest or Facebook or whatever, be you. Everyone else is already taken. And while we can laugh and chuckle at that and think it's funny, the bottom line is it's true. So many times people get offended at something that you say, or maybe you've gotten offended at something somebody else says because you're taking something personally. You have to be confident enough in where you're at right now, at this moment in your life, in this phase of your life, and we all go through phases, right? You have to have come to your own conclusions and decisions as to what you believe, what you don't believe, and not to be overly cliche, but if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. Have you ever heard that? You need to be confident in what you believe, why you believe that, everything that in your past that has gone on in your life, all your trials, all the heartache, all the everything that you've gone through has formed and shaped you into what you are today, good, bad, or otherwise. All those life experiences are what make you who you are and what you believe and what you don't believe. And if you're still not sure, not on the fence about some of this stuff, I suggest you get sure and you determine, not somebody else, but you determine what you believe and why. And that whatever's true for you is going to be your truth. And once you are unique and you are willing to stand firm for your beliefs, your convictions, your practices, your principles when you're applying this in business, and it defines the path that you choose to take in your business decisions and how you do business and what you will and what you won't do and why you do those things. You need to be unique. And then take your business, whatever it is that you do, and that will also help you determine how your business and what you do, not just as an individual, but as your company as a whole, what makes your business unique from all your competitors. Okay, so you go from, you got to have confidence in who you are. You've got to be unique yourself. Everybody is. God made everybody separate and as individuals. We're not carbon copy clones of anybody else. So we all have special giftings, talents, and all of that. And you take your whatever it is that you do, and you have to determine what makes what you do stand out and be unique from your competitor. Remember, we're not all the same. So you can't go and look over the shoulder of your competitor and look at their business plan and their business model and do everything identical to what they're doing, because then that doesn't make you any more unique than them. You're copying somebody else. Why would anybody want to go and do business with you if you are a carbon copy clone of somebody else? And strong personality types, strongly held beliefs and views can be polarizing, but they can also be magnets to attract those people who have like-minded beliefs, or even people who highly respect the fact that you're willing to stand up and do things in a unique, different way. That's what makes you stand out from a crowd. Some people just try so hard to blend in and be part of the wallpaper or whatever that they are not making the stand and the mark and the difference in the business world that they're in, or even in the world in general, because they're not willing to take the risk. And I'm telling you, if you are a business owner and you're an entrepreneur, you're already taking a risk. One of my clients, JJ Virgin, who's a client of mine, sent me a book at Christmas time. It says Risky is the New Safe or something like that. And it's a fabulous book, kind of, breaking the traditional mindsets on what used to be thought of as safe or the good thing to do, and how, that is no longer the case in today's world and economy and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of the same mindset if you're going to be an entrepreneur. That's already a risk. And if you're going to be an entrepreneur and you're already going to be risky there, you might as well go all the way out on the limb and just be yourself. And I think so many people are just afraid to be themselves because they're afraid nobody's going to like me. I can guarantee you that somebody's not going to like you. Somebody is not going to agree with you, but you cannot be in business. You cannot be an entrepreneur if you don't have thick skin. If you're not in, when I say thick skin, I don't mean to say that there's not going to be words said that won't hurt, that aren't going to be personal, that aren't going to be a jab, that aren't going to, why do they have to say that? Having a thick skin means that you are confident in where you're at in your skin, where you're at in your life, your views, your positions, your beliefs, or whatever they may be, your business practices. It applies to all of these areas. You are confident enough and thick-skinned enough that you're not going to tear away from those strongly held views and positions, your unique position, to be easily swayed over, oh yeah, they're right. Because what somebody else thinks about you, what somebody else says about you, is none of your business. Is, to quote another cliche, what somebody else says or thinks about you it has everything to do with them and where they are in their life journey, their positions, their views, their self-confidence level. And it really, truly has nothing to do with you personally. Okay, they may say personal things, and I am of the strongly held opinion that people who go around and whether you call them internet trolls or bullies or whatever, that people who do nothing but go around and find places to spew hatred and stir up dissension, those people have self-confidence issues. They are hurting. They need our prayers and our compassion, and it may need to be from a distance. But don't take to heart that just because somebody else says something about you does not make it true. Okay? Not everything that you read on the internet is true. Not everything that they put on TV is true. I think, logically we know that. But in reality, when something like this happens or somebody says something, they post on your YouTube channel, they post on your blog or your Facebook wall or whatever, and they're saying really personal attacks and mean and negative things, I just sit back and go, wow, that person has really got some issues. They're really hurting. I don't take it as truth. And even if they think what they're saying is true, I can agree to disagree. I don't need to always have the last word, and I don't need to always be right for them, because some people you're not going to change their mind. So all of that to say, be unique, be you, stand firm in what you believe, know what you believe, be comfortable enough in your own skin to stand out, because that's what's going to get you noticed. That's what's going to get you, I think, respect in the business world, because you're willing to be different and not do what everybody else is doing. True entrepreneurs blaze a new path where there is none. If you're just following the path that other people have created, you're just like a little drone. You've got to break away from the path and just, carve a new path. Go a new way. Do something completely unique and different. I'm not saying it's wrong to do some things that others have done, but maybe do it in a different way. Stand out and be unique. That's the most important thing if you're going to be an entrepreneur. Okay, the next thing is be prepared. So you're comfortable in your skin, you're kind of unique in what you do, but you need to make sure that you're prepared for what it is that you want to do. All the time, we see people who are teaching internet marketing on how to make a six-figure business and how to, grow your Twitter following and your Facebook fan page to such and such, and they've never actually personally done it. Okay, to me, that's just lying. that's deceiving, that's deceptive. You're trying to say you're an expert at something that you've never actually done. Having a great theory does not make you an expert. It makes you a philosopher and a dreamer, okay? Having actually taken your theory, put it into action, and gotten the results that your theory theorized on, and you've actually gotten results from that, and then you can rinse and repeat that, and you know that this is working. Maybe you've fine-tuned and honed the theory and made it an actual action plan and actually received, positive benefit from that. Then down the road, after you have done this a time or two and you have actually, fine-tuned it, honed it, and realized that you can rinse and repeat it, then you're in a position to teach somebody else how to do it. But unless you have done it more than once, because once could have just been some fluke, some, whatever, and you fine-tune the process and you've realized that you have got it down to a system that can rinse and repeat, then you're prepared enough to go teach somebody. As far as being an entrepreneur, it depends on what you're doing. If you're wanting to do teaching and coaching, you need to have rinsed and repeated this a few times and gotten positive results before you're in a position to teach it. But you also need to be prepared in your skills. So if you say you want to be a VA, for example, do you have the skills to be a VA? Does not do you any good at all to open up a VA business and slap your shingle up on the virtual website, and you're not prepared to actually receive a client because you haven't done the study time. You haven't actually acquired the skills necessary to do the job. You need to be able to have be prepared, and that includes a business plan, a marketing plan. You need to be prepared for actually doing business. Okay, how long it takes you to prepare depends on what your skills already are and what it is that you're going to do. But there is going to be a certain period of time when you're going to have to make sure you've got your skills, you've got your plan set up, you've got all this done, and it doesn't. The skills part could take a little bit of time. The business plan and the marketing plan and all once you've got the skills and now you're preparing to actually open your business, does not need to take forever. Do not sit here and stress over your logo colors and your font size and all that. And you've got 6 months down the road, you have got everything else in place and you're getting hung up on minor details on websites that really is just preventing you from taking action. Okay, now the third B, we've got the first one is be unique. The second one is be prepared. The third one is to be ready and available. Now, being ready means, okay, you've got the website up, you've got the business plan, you've got the skills, you've got your unique selling position, which makes you unique. You've decided how you are different from your competitors, what you're going to do, whether it's your unique personality, your views, your whatever would make you unique. You've got all that stuff there. Now you need to be ready. Are you ready if a customer found you, your marketing has worked, your word's gotten out, are you actually ready to take on your first client? Are you available to do that? Because if you're still sitting over here and you give the appearance that you're ready, but when somebody contacts you, oh, well, I've got a doctor's appointment this day. My grandmother's having a bunion removed this day. My child's got this day. And you're coming up with a list of excuses right out the starting gate as to why you're not actually ready and available to take on your first client. And that's what you're posting all over Facebook and all over your Twitter. Or if somebody actually calls you and you say, okay, well, I can do it, but I can't start like today because I got no. You're not being ready and available. When you start a business, when you open a company and you are taking on clients, whether it's coaching or whatever it is that you're doing, and you might be working with people, right out the starting gate, you need to be ready and available. Okay, not next week. If you opened up your doors and your shingle's out there, you need to have some sort of business hours where you're going to be around and available to do what it is that you are opening up your doors to do so that you can actually progress and start your business. Okay, so and that may mean, and it may also mean that you need to, get up and get dressed every day, even if you're working from a home office. What if somebody wants to do a Skype call? What if somebody wants to, meet you for coffee? What if you need to, go to a business meeting or whatever it is, whatever it is. If you're going to have a business, I have made lots of money working from my home in my bathrobe. I honestly, truly have. But there comes a point in time when you need to maybe train yourself that this is a business, this is what I'm doing to make money, to make a living, to help support my family. You might want to call it a job, a job. Work is not, a dirty four-letter word. It isn't. We all have to put in the work and the time, whether it's creating your own products or, whatever it is that you're doing. There is not work out there that you can do where you don't have to do something. You have to be prepared. You have to be ready and available. There's a certain amount of action that you have to do, and there's a time for preparing. There's a time for deciding what what the you is, who you are. That's the unique part. There's a time to prepare, to get your skills ready, to get your business plan laid out, your marketing plan. There's a time for preparation, and then there's a time to be ready and available. And that's where you're taking action. That's where you're actually doing what you prepared to do. And there's no other magic formula. There's no secret to it. There is no I can work 2 minutes and I'm gonna bring in a six-figure income. It isn't like that. There's a lot of work behind the scenes that has to be done, and sometimes it takes years. Usually takes years to become an overnight success. So. And your definition of success could be completely different than somebody else's. Somebody might consider it a success if they make $100 a month online, or $1,000 or whatever. Other people, until they hit 6 or 7 figures, that's their definition of success. Whatever your goals are, whatever it is that you want to do, you need to line out a plan of what it's going to be. You need to prepare, and then you need to execute the plan. You've got the plan. Now you got to work the plan in order to get the goals that you have set for yourself and to be successful in your business. So, are you being unique today? Have you prepared? Are you ready and available? If so, what's stopping you? Why have you not taken action if you haven't already? I'd love to hear your comments down below. Where's your stopping point? What's hanging you up in whatever you define as success or getting started or whatever? Where is it that you think that you're getting hung up? I would love to hear about it. Post your comment down below the video. And this is Traci Knoppe, and I will be talking to you soon.